Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. Tonight from the fire, I want to explain a few things more clearly, because there seems to be a lot of people, I would say they either in my case I say they're getting burned. But in their case, they are looking at it, because I've been reasoning with a brethren, and he's trying to show me that one have to respect people's faith. You understand? But firehouse is not a place where we respect people's faith. Firehouse is a house where we deal with what is right and correct. You know what I mean? So, where people's faith are concerned, I would advise them to understand one thing. If you are living in a glass house, don't throw stones. You understand? That's how the saying goes. If you live in a glass house, don't throw stone. That means if you have a faith, you better keep silent about it. Don't say anything about it. Because if you do, and then when we question your faith, you know what I mean, it cannot defend itself. I will shatter such houses. You know what I mean? So I will advise anyone who claim then, or any group of human beings who claim to have faith, whatever this faith is, make sure your faith house, right, is not built of glass. You know what I mean? I don't want you now to come in the firehouse and say that it was God who said this thing, and because God said it, it cannot be questioned. In firehouse, we question everything, God as well, to find out if God really said it. You know what I mean? So even God is questioned here. Anything. So you can't come in firehouse now and say, oh, as an example, Jesus was born of a virgin birth, and that we must accept this on the grounds of some faith, without questioning if this faith is made of glass, blind faith. Because we are living in the positive and negative dimension, so it's a dimension where we must be able to distinguish between these two energies of positive and negative. So in firehouse, like I say, because I'm a gambler, I don't have any fear when I'm saying now that when I test any faith whatsoever, it better stand up. And if it don't, I am just going to say that this is bullshit. You know, it is up to those of you now who are believing in this bullshit to defend yourself with reasoning. You understand? So if I say to those of you who believe that God sent Jesus here through some virgin woman, that this is an impossible thing or a lie, you prove that it's true. And how it could be true. You prove to me how God could have done this when under the law, God cannot send anyone here. You are here to make a choice. So under that law, you prove to me now how God could have done such a thing. No, God did not do anything like this. This is a blatant lie. And in Firehouse, we intend to point out the lie and to reveal what is right and correct, what is truthful and honest. Not what one believes in, what you wish to be true, but what is apprehended when one behaves rightfully and live by the law of the one, I say. You know what I mean? Those of you who refuse, I say, to correct the faults within yourself, you are the one who are believers. And like I know, believers are always wrong. And this is the very wrongness that we come to correct in Firehouse, you know, by exposing what is not right. masquerading under the disguise of faith. But like I say, not genuine faith. So yes, it might hurt. It's not might, it will. Because the truth is a double-edged sword. You know? Mentally. And so when it's driven, of course it's going to hurt a lot of human beings. You know what I mean? A lot of you have faith in what I call your front man. Whether it's Muhammad or Jesus, the Buddha, the Pope, Selassie, whoever this front man is. So for anyone to come along and say to you that this is utter nonsense or bullshit, of course that is going to bruise the ego. But that is exactly what I and I is here to do in Firehouse, to destroy such idiocy. You see what I mean? And those who have faith in such nonsense, those who want to deceive others, like I say, by trying to make out that for us to make a connection with God, we need to come through some superstar who God reveal certain things to. When I'm telling you from Firehouse, such things are bullshit. Nothing go like that. The people who, I wouldn't say they know, who believe such nonsense and have faith in such nonsense are doing so because these are the very beings, I say, who refuse to work on themselves. So rather than live honestly, they are believing. And every belief across the board is utter nonsense. Cannot know God by believing in God. To know God, you have to live, striving to live honestly. That's how you know God. No other way. So if any human is doing any other behavior, then you know that they're wrong. So all these who are performing silly ritual and going on stupid pilgrimage, yes, they are wrong. And in the fire we just tell you plain and straight that is bullshit. None of this, you have to leave each man to his way. You know what I mean? Of course I'm going to leave you to your way, but it is my duty to tell you that what you're doing is wrong. Not to say, go on as if, there is many roads to God. There is not many roads to God. There's only one. Understand it. And if you are not on this one road, you are on the next road. The road of negativity. There ain't 3 roads in life either. 2. So you're either on that one or this one. And anyone who is on that road recognize those who is on that road. And also able to recognize all those who is on this road. You who are in the negative cannot understand the man who is on the positive. But the man on the positive can understand you, because he leave from the negative to go to the positive. So now he can oversee both sides. You are only looking at one. You see what I mean? That one side that they tell you to have faith in darkness and confusion. And because, like I say in Firehouse, because of cowardness, I say, I don't know how we come to reach to this state of utter cowardness where we are afraid to operate our own faculties, to apprehend and understand things for ourselves. But no, we have to be taught by some, whoever it is, and they say that either the blood clot angel Gabriel mysteriously say it, or some Joseph went up on a mountain, or something miraculous went on. You know what I mean? When all that is bullshit, the truth is within thyself. Conscience greater than any book or any being who ever come out a woman. And that is within all human being. That is the guide that we are supposed to listen to. But how many people listen to that? No, you'd rather go and, like I say, pray. I don't know how stupid people can get with this prayer. What you praying for? God already give everything unto man. When I say man, I mean beings, human beings, man and woman. Everything has been given unto you, and you spend your time praying and begging God. You know? All that is stupidity. And we've been driven to this stupidity because our mind is captivated and put in a box. Be that box a racial box, or a nationalism box, or racism box, or religion. There is lots of departments within the mind to trap you. And they all work very well. Once you're in one of them, make no difference. You are trapped. You know what I mean? Therefore, you end up not fully understanding who you are. And if you don't fully understand who you are, you'll be in the dark. And if you are in the goddamn dark, how are you going to be able to see? You see what I mean? So unless human beings are those who say listen to a fire, unless they have intentions of coming out of the dark, or they are out of the dark, they cannot understand what I'm saying. It would be like, a mystery, like speaking Japanese to English people. You see what I mean? Because they are in the dark. And if you have no intention of coming out of the dark, you won't be able to hear the words. You see what I mean? But those who are out of the dark can see those who are in the dark. See that these beings are blind, because we too was once blind. And when you're blind, you will do anything. You don't know what you're doing. You see what I mean? Yeah, the religious man is in the dark pretending that he's got a light, but he hasn't got any. He's a deceiver within the darkness, a pretender, false. No, not the truth. You know what I mean? So they make up ridiculous stories about how God sent the prophets and and God said, you know. Whenever I hear the South America, they don't seem like they send them any prophet over there. But over here, they send enough prophet. But all this idiotic idea about prophets and all that, these ideas are the ideas of fools. Blind souls. Souls who cannot comprehend. Like I'm saying, because there's no way of doing it from that side of the border. You must switch before you can comprehend. You must have the light before you can see and understand. You see what I mean? And you can't have the light when you're believing in nonsense. Or when you perform in any stupid ritual. You can't have the light. You are in darkness. Performing, it is the dark side that performs stupid rituals. You know what I mean? That use the force of negativity and feed off the force of negativity. You know what I mean? Positivity is completely opposite of such idiotic behavior. You know what I mean? And if one was seeing the truth, there is no way no one could be deluded into thinking that the power that be has sent anyone here special. You know what I mean? That is just coming from the mind of, like I say, lunatics. Because you'll be able to see clearly that you are here to make a choice. And that the power that be favors no one. And choose no one, and don't have the power to choose anyone, but has given the power to man to make his own choice. So under those rules, it is man and woman who must choose the one. The one is not a chooser of man. So how did these idiots come up with this idea about this one, Supreme One sending his son? Where did the one get a son from? It's gone to them, you get Mary pregnant. Oh, no. Such ideas, like I say, are for lunatics, not for souls. We are souls, eternal, traveling the who want to understand and grow and develop their faculties. I would say their true intelligence. Ideas like those are for souls who have no intention of growing. So yeah, they can, gather in the great numbers pretending. You know what I mean? Because they are afraid to walk alone. They are afraid to speak for themselves. I say you're a coward, aren't you? If this was like a physical fight, you'd be one running away. You're running away. I somebody have to fight your battle for you. You being a coward, you're not able to like I say, speak and if face death yourself if you have to die then. For what you know, fighting for what's right. You don't find people fighting for what's right, I say. And when they do pretend that they are fighting for what's right, it's a lot of them in a group who does go along with what I would call the tradition that has been laid down to them. That, this is what you do when you're fighting for what's right. So they all go there and all, call them, label up themselves, calling themselves Christian or Muslim and joining. But all you joining in, you're a bunch of hypocrites, like I say. The more you boast about how great numbers like Christianity, you will say, we've got 1 billion followers, or the Roman Catholic got 1 billion followers, Islam. The more of you that are in a group, the more stupid and ignorant you are. You don't understand it. Because you are following like sheep. You've made your soul become cowardly. There's no way God can be proud of a cowardly soul. And at least God would say, well, I never instill cowardness in you. Obviously, you made the choice to be a goddamn coward. To be one of those who is afraid of questioning and saying, why? How come? And what for? Like, I had a reason way back in time there where we was discussing such a problem. And we find out that now, when we was youngsters, a lot of why. Everything was why. We are so much why that the adults get upset. Because we always wanted to know why. But when we come up into, as we grow up now, they start to say, don't ask why, stop it, wait. So we literally lose the ability now, when we become adults, to ask why. Hey, why did God send his son here so that others could murder him? Why? Then we need answers for such questions. You know what I mean? So we have to keep asking, why does God just reveal himself to certain beings? Is God some... And why did God choose certain people to be his chosen people as according to God then? We are all God's children, and then God say, these are my favorites though. We have to ask, why? And if God is the one who did it, we have to say to God, why did you do such a thing? It don't sound, to the ear and mind, it don't sound very godly, a very godly action for God to do. You know what I mean? I would have to challenge God on that one and says, there's a bit of selfishness within declaring that out of all your children, these one are chosen. Chosen for what? Exactly. You mean to rule and dominate the rest? I don't know what God mean by that. And God would have to find answer. So when we question that, we find that no, that is nonsensical, and surely God is not nonsensical. So we get rid of that idea and say, well, even if it was a God who said such a thing, such a God is a goddamn fool. And one who cannot see clarity in clarity. You know what I mean? So you find out that a lot of what of these blind people say that God say, or whoever say, it make no sense if you are brave enough as a revolutionary soldier to question these things with your own faculties given to you by God, of course. You know what I mean? So you can investigate these things seriously, because you know our mind is very sharp anyway. When it's not fearful, you know, when it's not afraid, when it's not acting cowardly. So it is up to us to make the mind fearless. And we do this, like I say, through self-discipline. It is self-discipline that is going to get us out of the darkness. Bring us to what you term the light, so that we can understand exactly what is going on in the darkness. And by the time we come out of the darkness, we have a good experience of darkness, so we know what it is to be there in the dark. Hence the fact, like I said, I can truthfully say about 1 trillion billion% understand me saying that when they say forgive them, Father, because they know not what they do. Because that is a simple thing. When you are not in the dark, trust me, anything that people do, that's why I can't hate anyone. Well, I never did have hate from a kid, but anything at all that people do, it can be viewed as the action of blind people because they are in the dark. You know what I mean? As hurtful as what they might do to you. Which I'm not saying that just because people are in the dark and they do say me anything, I don't feel it. Of course I feel it. I'm a human being, innit? But I'm saying when I meditate on them and say why they did it, I can fully understand why they did it. Because they are completely blind. You see what I mean? So having this understanding now cushion the blow, if you know what I mean. So you can sustain blows from people who are in darkness more easily. Because the very people who are in darkness, if I am in the light, I am trying to rescue those who are in the darkness. They are my brother. I'm not scorning anyone who is in the dark. This is not about hating people and say, oh, I hate them because they are in the dark. This is just about the truth of life. Reality, you know what I mean? Factual, real. So if people are in the dark, I'm not hating them for being in the dark. You know what I mean? I was in the dark myself. We are conditioned to be in the dark. You know what I mean? And some of us can escape the dark. And when we do, we try and save those who are in the goddamn dark with the truth. Many lose their life trying to save people in the dark. People despise them and hate them for trying to rescue them from the dark, if you know what I mean. So this is not about, oh yeah, we hate people who's in the dark, and even if I condemn their religious affiliation, that I hate them. I don't hate anyone. You know, if you condemn somebody's faith, that doesn't mean you hate them. Put it this way then, I'll say. I say if you are a true friend, you will always tell your friend the truth. Even if the truth hurt your friend. And I say, I am a true friend of humanity. That's what I say. To all human beings who is my brother, I am truly and honestly dear friend. And that is why I have to truly and honestly tell them the truth, my brothers and sisters. The full truth. Whether they like it or they don't like it, because that is what a true friend do. I'm not talking about a friend who want to rob you or con you or deceive you or even flatter you to make you feel nice. I am on about a genuine true friend. A genuine true friend tell his friend the truth, even if the truth hurt him, you know what I mean? So if you have your friend and your friend went and steal from somebody else, you would simply tell your friend that, listen, you are wrong. You should not have done it, brethren. This is not right. You don't tell your friend that, oh yeah man, nice one, and start smiling with them to let them feel good. That is not a friend, that is a frenemy. So when you have friends who are encouraging you, are buttering up your ego, flattering you, those are not your friend. Your friend is the person, man or woman, who tell you the truth, who is brave enough to, you know what I mean? So yeah, most of your friends of ours are people who claim to be friends, because they don't tell, especially if you have money. They flatter you to death then, because they want some of your money. You attract a lot of frenemy, like how I say, how shit would attract fly. When you have these kind of money. So don't be taking offense just because, like I say, well, I don't care if you take offense, you know. The truth is an offense, like they say, but it is not a sin, Rastafari. I am willing to die for my word in front of God or man. See what I mean? So if a man want to take offense when I tell him that, listen man, all these great masters that you are on about, well, what a bull blood clot shit, man. You know? No one is special in the sight of God. Man and woman is man and woman, brethren. You know, no one is, all of us put together full of shit. And we start from that position, each and every one. Now we are here to make a choice. If any being make the choice to be positive, they will see the light and understand what is right and correct. That is the lesson of life. Can't go no higher than anyone else and be no superior. There is nothing to be superior in the truth. It's just knowing a way, following a law. You know, there is no special master in it. The only special master there is in life, or there ever was, was the sun that you see lighting up the outer world. And this sun also light up the inner world. And that is the only master, the living one. The mind draws light from there. Because the light, like I tell you before, the mind have no light of its own. Can't have, you see what I mean? But it can receive light. So it receives light from, like I tell you before, the light of the terrible and dreadful overlord himself, Rastafari, the High General. And I am his blood fire from depths. You know what I mean? From depths. That means when I'm speaking, like I say, I don't make any mistake. You see what I mean? I don't have to know what I'm saying. I have to study what I'm saying. I just have to reflect. Because I am only a mirror. The truth is not mine. It is the will of the one. Terrible and dreadful overlord, like I'm telling you. And everyone can do this. There's no mystery about it. Ain't nothing special about me because I said I'm fire lion. I'm still full of shit. Somebody hit me and my head, I still feel pain and agony and suffering. You know what I mean? But I am still saying what I'm saying anyway, still. Because I'm a bad general from depths. Yeah, still full of shit. You know? But that is the mystery of the one. You see what I mean? And anybody can discover their badness, you know what I mean? I'm not saying, oh yeah, you know. You can discover whatever you want to discover about yourself if you make the correct choice. If you are not a coward. If you don't have to be in a group. If you are not afraid to be a singular being on your own. Thinking your own thoughts. You know what I mean? And having faith in you instead of those out there. Because as a fire lion, like I tell you, I don't have faith in man, never have. My faith is within myself, you know what I mean? I don't have faith in great beings because I don't know them. I don't know none of the great beings that they tell me about. Be they called Buddha, Jesus, Muhammad, Well, I did see Selassie, one they call Selassie. But I don't know him. And I don't know none of them. So I can't have faith in people who I don't know. But I do know my own conscience. So I have decided to put about 3,000 billion, trillion, multi-trillion, billion% trust in that. What I know. You see what I mean? Better to have trust in thy own self, I say. In thy own conscience. Than in some other being. Yeah. Because at least I can be sure. That amount that I just bet sure. Plus a lot more certainty. That my conscience is real. And truthful and honest. And that I can be in a constant meditation with that. Well, I can't be in any constant meditation with anybody called Jesus or Muhammad or some of my dead ancestor gone long time. No. Yeah, great as the ancestors be or whoever be, I am not, like I say, when it comes to Firehouse, relying on them to draw my energy and my teaching from. No. The ancestor that I am drawing from is the one that dwell within all, the eternal fire son. Yeah man, the eternal fire. That's where I am drawing my energies from directly. You see what I mean? So like I say now, I come with my own direct truth. It's like truth is a river and I went to the river, draw some truth and drink it. And invited us to drink from the rivers of truth. You know, real truth I'm on about. Because when you have real truth, like I say, no longer will you have to be saying, Peter said, you just say it because you know it. The being who know it, say it. That's how it operates in Firehouse. And the being who is saying it now, don't have to rely on what Matthew say and Peter say and Thomas say and John say and all these kind of people say. You know what I mean? You just rely, whoever it is, just rely on themselves. Say what they know. You know? Well, if they can't do that, well, they couldn't reach Firehouse. But the general who is in Firehouse now, like, I just say, no man. What I say goes, innit? I am the one who is at the 9th levels of understanding. So I must be the one who teach about the 9th level. The level that is above our level apart from level number 1. As we can see. Because in the beginning was the one. The highest one. And then like I say, we come to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 until we reach 8 and then we are reaching 9. Yeah, it is the highest level outside of the one. Firehouse. Where we encounter the one and introduce the will and the ways of the one. From Firehouse one can comprehend the one fully. And from that position destroy all glass houses. Glass houses where religious people run for shelter. When the real truth comes, we shatter all those. I alone mash up, shatter. Your priest and your rabbi and your imam run when they hear the real fire truth. Nothing they can say stand against that. If they know what's good for them, they repent when they hear the truth. Oh, no use fighting against it. Because you cannot defeat the truth. I can never be defeated by no being anywhere in the universe. Yeah, you could even kill me, I suppose. Wrong thing to do, though. Very wrong thing to do, you know. Suffer the consequences, the whole lot of you put together. Yeah. I am the voodoo man, I say. Yeah, man, I work voodoo. I work voodoo. I have eyes everywhere. You understand? Yes. My master is the secret dweller that dwelleth within all human beings. Even those who are working some form of magic. Black. I don't know what kind of magic they call it. But all of them, my master watch it from within. Know all your deeds, all your little dirty secret. So no, I don't have to see you or watch you what you're doing. Because I work for that one. You see what I mean? Ain't no way of you planning or doing anything against I and getting away with it. Ignore my words, I say, at your own detriment. Even today I was saying this to my paper lady, that I find human being so funny. And she's saying, why? I said, well, as an example, what I'm trying to tell them by the words that I speak to them is more valuable than anything that is in the earth, diamond or whatever. And yet they don't want to know it, you know what I mean? So I find that really strange that these human beings are crazy, man. So stupid, crazy. It brings me back to childhood, like I say. I used to love watch ants. And lately I've been thinking about ants a lot. Such well-organized units of ingenuity, brother ants. In his every day busy in his organization, and yet so small. And yet these adults now who claim that they are God gift to humanity cannot even live in peace. You see them now, this one America say he want to some more people in Syria to carry out some more murder and killing, and they're selling more sophisticated weapons to this. All they can, their greatest export is arms. So is creating danger for other human beings. So you see that these, when you are in the dark, and these now claim that they are business people, but when you're in the dark and you can't see, you are completely blind. Of course you will set up such an organization to kill and murder people and make money out of it and think this is perfectly okay. You know what I mean? And you will set up, like I say, your goddamn idiotic religion. Everything that is currently governing earth is orchestrated by those who are living in darkness. Those whose soul is sick. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, these very sick soul, because they disguise themselves in the dark day by dressing it up in fine linen, I say. They trick those others in the dark who cannot see themselves and forever believing that, oh yes, we are all good man. You know? We even if they identify one group that a bad person, say, oh, you know, but they just can't see, grasp the overall reality of what is happening to them, or the trick. I say it's a trick that is being played on their minds, you know, by these chiefly these religious, because it's a spiritual. The religious man is a very dangerous man there within the dark. You know, because these institutions more or less impose themselves on us as soon as we are capable, wherever we are born, of attending their institution and receiving their brainwashing. They try to get us as early as possible into the program. No, it's not God that is doing this, you know. Once again, it has to be a careful study to ascertain the fact that it is not God himself or the who is trying to grip us from early into an organization. You know what I mean? It's not God himself who is doing such thing. It is the environment and those around us where we are born who make it their duty to instill in us Not that I would say if we was left on our own, we would naturally choose to be indoctrinated, by religious indoctrination. As children would rather go playing out, you know what I mean, and enjoying yourself as youngsters. Not to be indoctrinated by religious indoctrination. But this is precisely what happened to a great majority of us in this early stage of our life. So yeah, I reckon by the time we reach a certain age, a lot of us has got this religious indoctrination and is actually defending it. Actually believe that it is a part of their life and custom and tradition, and that they should fight and die for it and defend it at whatever cost. And that if anybody question it or say anything about it, these people are insulting their tradition and their religion and they should die for it. Boy, this is bullshit. This is you just following a program. Like I say, you are afraid to look at the truth. You are afraid to question what has been taught to you. You end up respecting the book more than yourself. That's what happened to some, I call them idiots now, where they respect a book so much. They think the book is better than them. God created you. It was man who created the book. Man is a creator as well, you know. God create man and man create book. And now you worship what man create more than what God create. That is, I say, utterly madness. No, I prefer to admire God creation rather than man creation. So I say God create the conscience then, if it was that. And God is, well, no man couldn't fashion anything like a conscience. So it's logical that I should love that more than any book that man fashioned. Because all books are fashioned by man. And all the writing in the books are put there by man. You understand? So it's more logical for me to follow conscience, which man never fashioned with his hand. See what I mean? You now, on the other hand, gullible fools who made the wrong choice, would rather follow what man fashioned with his hand, what man write with his hand in his book, rather than the conscience that is dwelling within you. Yes, sir. You have no faith in you. You have it in what man create. Man it is who is telling you how to pray and when to pray, what time. When the moon rise and blood clot fall. This is not God. I always say, I have said lately, how can you teach a man how to pray to God? It's like teaching somebody how to tell the parents stance. You must instinctively know this yourself. So those people who have said prayers are idiots. They've been told what to do. They're following a program. Only cowards follow program. And Firehouse is not a place for cowards. If you're going to take things personally, don't come in Firehouse. If you are in a group, you will take it personally. So yeah, destroy. Don't take, if you take all your great prophet as a personal, you know, because you don't know if nothing go like that. All of you who you don't know the Prophet Muhammad or Jesus or Confucius or whatever. So whatever faith you have in them is just a belief. You don't know them. You never met them. It would be easier to know them as well if you know yourself. Because they was just human like you, full of shit. Yeah? Well, when you know your own self, you know all other human beings. But those religious idiots do not know them. They just believe. That's why they believe that they are some super duper human in it. And that they are next to God and them. God was in some special thing and, you know. But all that is just crazy nonsense. That ain't going to get you nowhere when death comes for you. Like I say, you're confident and strong now in your group, a lot of you together. But when death comes for you, it won't be like that for you. You'll be on your own. You'll be, if anything, you'll be questioning about what you did, not what your group did. Be on your own. Your group won't be able to help you. You see what I mean? Your group can help you here on earth because you're strong, aren't you? A lot of you, like I say, can run and attack a man like me. Because there's a lot of you. But you won't be able to do it on the next side. You'll be on your own. The little coward that you are, you will be exposed for who you are. You won't be shielded by a little group. You know, that's why I say group of people are get together in groups, religiously speaking, because they are goddamn cowards. Those who refuse to use their own faculties to find out exactly what is happening here. And God has given us these faculties. Don't think that we receive a mind just to be sitting around idly. You know, the depths and range of the mind is quite capable of doing the job. Quite capable of knowing and understanding God. So if you don't know and you are not understanding God, you know that you are using your mind not for the right purpose. Or your mind has been conditioned not to understand that the mind can grow and develop as well as it can descend down back into the lower regions. Yeah, that's the nature of the mind. You can rise to the highest regions or fall to the lowest regions within the same mind. That is up to the actor who is on the stage at any given time within the field of the mind. If you understand what I mean. Actors come and go, but the mind remains. You see what I mean? Yes, right now you are acting on the stage of mind. Up to you. Which way do you want to direct mind? Is it to grow and understand? Or is it to remain in idiocy, joining religious ignorance, following the priest, the rabbi and the imam and any other holy man who don't know what is right and correct and truthful and honest? Because when you're following somebody else, that means you're ignoring your conscience. Because really, one should be following one's own conscience. Because the light is everywhere. And the light is conscience. So why you want to be following some other people? Why you don't study yourself? Did you not know that conscience was the guide and the light of the human mind? And if you did know such a thing, like I say, why follow Thomas Brown? Why follow the ital? You can't follow I. You follow thyself. You see what I mean? That is why I say in Firehouse we destroy all teachers. Yeah, man, all teachers, we destroy them. Because I say there's only one teacher. That is conscience. You see what I mean? And the speaker can never be conscience. So the speaker, that the mouth, the word come out of the speaker's mouth, can never be what you would term this holy, anything special. Because the speaker is never conscience. Conscience dwells within all. And that is the light. That is the truth. That is the one. Yeah, that light, I will call it what the one, terrible and dreadful overlord himself. Rastafari, the high general, secret dweller, I say, dwelling with all beings who has ever moved upon the face of the earth. That one, just like that sunlight. You see what I mean? That is the wise one. That is the prophet. That is everything. There is nothing beyond that one. That one don't have to send anyone here because that one is present within human being. All human being have to do is to get in touch with that one. the superior one. There's no one beyond that one. The one that they're talking about, them people who are down there in the dark, they're saying these things because they are in confusion and darkness. You know what I mean? The real one, conscience, don't have any son. It don't need any son. One, don't have any second in command. Far from the mind, you know what I mean? But it hasn't got any partners, you know what I mean? It's just one light, son. One light. Yeah, all. Favors none. All can receive this light. No being get light unless light cometh from this one. Terrible and dreadful overlord. Himself the high general. You see what I mean? No other way of understanding who and what you are unless you make connection with your conscience. And let that be your guide. It is not possible no other way. It is conscience who will teach you how to clean up your dirty, stinking action, your cheating, your lying, and all your negativity. Without you getting rid of such sentiment out of your being, you will remain in ignorance. Religion cannot save you. Nothing can save you more than honesty. Let's face the matter. The fact. Religion and great saint and prophet can and has never saved any soul whatsoever. The only thing that can, what we call save you, open your eye, is honesty to thy own self, nothing else. Only one rascal way, one way, and only honesty. Honesty is the key that opens the doors to understanding. Without you being completely honest to yourself and changing your stinking negative ways, I say, nothing won't happen. You will live in darkness and ignorance. You will live without understanding that true intelligence exists. Intelligence of the highest degree. But you still will not know this if you are living in ignorance. And ignorance is only bad behavior. Wrong behavior bringeth ignorance to thy soul. You know what I mean? Deceptive living, deceit, falsehood. You know? Those things. Prejudice and all these, you know? Separation, different religion. All these things bring ignorance to thy soul. Nationalism, you know what I mean? Blindness. You have to, well, like I say, when you start to be honest, honesty will open you up to the oneness of things. One earth, one universe, one human race, one spirit that watch it all from within, like we say in conscience. Watch it all from within. So everything in what we call God now is in oneness. But this oneness is still in diversity. You see what I mean? So in this all this diversity is oneness. Isn't that beautiful? Yeah, it's beautiful if you can behold it. And you can behold it if you, like I say, choose to live a disciplined life. Without desiring or choosing to live a disciplined life. Of course you ain't going to see the goddamn truth. You can't. And you won't be able to understand that living here vainly like you are living, there is consequences to such idiotic behavior. You reap what you sow. There's a law. You can't get away with breaking the law. But you can make correction to the fact that you break the law, but you never know. No. So you need to learn to break, not to break the law here. Because while you live in an ungodly life here, like I tell you, the Governor General has placed memory in you to video your deeds. Your crime, if you want to call it that you are secretly doing within your heart and mind and soul. And that you might presume that you are getting away with it. Because the police don't come to arrest you. Or you are above the police. Maybe you are a police yourself or a judge. Or whoever you are high up in the shit still. And you might presume to your idiotic self that you can commit crime against your brother and sisters and get away with it. But you can't, because memory record all deeds. And when the Governor General, which is death, who rules here, come for you, sweep you to the exile, you pay for your wrongdoing, reap what you sow. Under this law, no one escape with nothing, trust me. Merciless where the law is concerned. You see, no deeds go amiss within this universe. No crime get committed without that getting registered. You see what I mean? I warned man before, don't be shredding secrets, because secrets are not kept on paper, they are kept on memory, where they cannot be shredded. Because you don't know, God is the smartest. You know? Yes, man, God is the smartest, man. First video cameraman was by God, man. Place it right there within your being to record your action. Because if anyone, like I say, think that this universe is a random, Big Bang, random, accidental. Well, you think that yourself, you're making a funny mistake. The quicker you come to know about the ways of the terrible and dreadful God that dwell within, better it is for you. Because that is when your eyes will open to understand it. You know what I mean? Where, like I say, instead of this planet now being the devilish place that it is. Well, it's not the planet is beautiful, isn't it? But the beings, instead of them being so evil and vile, if they had known themselves, this would be a glorious planet. It looks so blooming. Trees would be healthy, the animal would be healthy, the waters would be healthy, the land would be healthy, everything would be healthy, fruits, everything. But no, no. We have a bunch of beings who are absolutely, they are disease-ridden with evil and vileness. You know what I mean? Especially these ones that come up with this idea of money and they love money so much. They are the sickest set of human beings. You pay for this sickness. You can, when death comes for you, you won't be able to take your goddamn money with you. Yeah, man. But go on. Continue to live in vileness and sickness. Yeah? Continue to idolize your little false body. Especially you females, I like to say nowadays, who like to vainly, because at the end of the day, men and women, we want equal, one. God never give man intelligence, and like we say, never give. Men might convince you of that, but in the firehouse, we don't deal with that. Woman has equal intelligence as man. No problem about that. Conscience is in woman just like it is in man, equally. Never dim its light for either. And yet you have these blood clot women here now going on about beautiful, and all you can do is prance and show your body and pan, just living off total sexual. That's not what life is about, you know. I'm not saying that sex isn't a part of life, you know. But when I'm saying that making it a major part, just like how if you eat too much goddamn food, it make you sick. Same thing when you're just flirting, just pure sex. That blind the soul. And right now, woman just become like a sex object. I say, and everybody want to be beautiful. What blood clot beautiful? All of the women who think that they are beautiful are goddamn ugly. They're sick. And they're so sick, like I say, you don't realize that you're full of shit. You're so goddamn beautiful. You want to start to smell your shit when you go to the toilet. At least that might humble you a bit, you know. When you put on your goddamn tootie and makeup and transform your little piece of body. When worm and our fire soon burn that blood clot. You come out up on the earth just flaunting body. You're flaunting body because who you flaunting the body to is these sicko men. Pervert, sick blood clot man. That's why you can get away with the sickness. So you are sick together. You are like disease and germs where truth and right and fire is concerned. Yes, so all those kind of behavior will burn them. Because these are the kind of things that help to sicken the souls of the young and perverts that are of a certain age. Where they just like I say, sexual beasts without any control, you know, no morality. No, some of them have been sexual with animal. And all with. Now, one of the greatest thing here lately now is to promote same-sex marriage. Imagine that, same-sex. The ass is the waste passage of the body, as we talk about, where shit come out of. And yet individuals are having sex in this passage, in the shit passage. And when there is only one natural passage to having sex, and that is between a woman's leg, not even in her shit passage. And yet you have these perverted, sick people now saying, yes, it's alright to have sex in shit passage because it is a form of showing love. That ain't no blood clot love, that is sickness and disease. But it shows you to the depths that sickness and disease as a manifest in the mind of those who are in the dark, that they are now making it one of the major issues in life to legalize such matters as they legalize. How can devilish man make anything legalized? You know what I mean? It would be better if you was making the equality of woman the major campaign within the world at this present time. Equal to the fullest, not to the half. Fighting to say, no, how come it's only men who is poor by this? Finish with that. Fight that first. But no, we are here, the major fight now is to for man and woman, not for man and man to get married, or woman and woman. But like I say, who? If one of understanding knows that who are making this a priority are the people who are in the dark. Because we are not ruled over by those who are intelligent. You know? Intelligence is of a very low level on this planet. We are ruled over by those who are in the dark. Those who are sick, perverted people, very perverted. Their perversion they keep hidden in the dark as much as they can. Lately here you see they've been, since the Jimmy Savile scenario, they've been exposing a few of them. And I suppose to the general public it's very startling when you hear that such and such was part of this sick perversion. But most of these people who are in these what you call high society are in there because they are sick. If you should find out the behavior, how they live, they haven't got any morals. You see, they are living in the dark, and when you are in the dark, you are sick and perverted. It's just the other day I was reading right here in my son newspaper. There was an article in there on Alistair Crowley, a blood clot devil worshipping man, where they have it in the local paper saying all the stars are joining up in and following Alistair Crowley where do what thou will. Alistair Crowley, a whole homosexual man, would have sex with animal, I reckon. Dog or anything, man, woman, everything. And these pop stars are getting themselves tattooed. Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rihanna, Bob Geldof daughter, and she's tweeting that everyone should join into this perverted and sicko thing that do what you will. Don't you see that this is the height of sickness? You see what I mean? And these are the things that they are promoting. Sickness, promoting the ways of a man like Alistair Crowley, a sick being who never knew himself, you know what I mean, but who chose the way of negativity, you know, and sexual depravity. And now we in this time must admire such human being. In Firehouse we don't admire any man who do wrong and promote any man who do wrong. We burn fire on them for the evil and wickedness that they perpetrate. And they themselves, when death come for them, which it always does, that is the governor that is there in the dark reaping what they sow. You who love men like that, you join them where they are when you leave here. All of you who are admiring evil, all you stinking dirty soul, I say, who would show admiration to a soul like Alistair Crowley. Well, when they come for you, right, you love Crowley so much, you go and crawl with Crowley. Alistair. And I think Alistair Crowley is Barbara Bush father, you know, and they're related. You see how these devils are close. Very, very high devil, Alistair Crowley. Part of the Bush family, I'm sure it's Barbara Bush dad. But nevertheless, a very sick soul. A soul that if we ever catch a soul like that in Congo, man. One who is vile and ill. You know what I mean? So to hear now these youngsters glorifying Alistair Crowley and talking about what Jay-Z say and Ray about it, make one sick. When these are the very negative that we come to burn in firehouse. Anyway, if you want to crawl and crawl follow Alistair Crowley, you can, like I say, crawl and follow him on the other side. But right now I and I going to crawl out of here. You see me? Meet you on another reel on the firehouse. Reel out and fire out from fire, see me?